Wonder Woman is probably one of the most iconic, most influential characters of all time. Not only is she the most iconic female character in comics, she is definitely one of the most iconic female characters in fiction. And yet she doesn't get the recognition that she very much so deserves, and it's honestly so fucking weird.
Weird.
And with Wonder Woman being my favorite superhero of all time, it really does suck to see that she doesn't get the recognition and attention that she deserves, really. I'm Regman, and in this video we're going to be discussing why Wonder Woman is so underrated.
Oh my god!
Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is Wonder Woman's lack of media presence. Wonder Woman is considered to be a part of the Mount Rushmore of superheroes alongside Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man. But the amount of projects that Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man get compared to Wonder Woman is actually fucking insane. Because we all know Batman has had a fuck ton of animated projects and a fuck ton of live action movies. Spider-Man has had a fuck ton of animated projects and movies. And even though Superman didn't have as much as Batman and Spider-Man, he still had his fair share. But in the past, 20 years, Wonder Woman has only ever had 2 animated projects, one in 2009 and one in 2019. And then she's only had 2 live action movies, the first one being really good and the second one being horrendous. And it really sucks because Wonder Woman's a character that I feel like very much so deserves to at least have her own animated series, just like Batman had the Batman animated series, and Superman had his animated series, and Spider-Man had multiple of his animated series as well. But nothing for the face of female superheroes is kind of crazy, or barely anything at that. And don't get me started on the moment we finally get a game for Wonder Woman, an overdue game at that, the shit gets canceled. Are you fucking serious? Okay, next I want to get into Wonder Woman's comics. Now, Absolute Wonder Woman is fucking phenomenal. That shit is so fucking peak. Now, the only issue with that is that it's an Elseworld story and it's not main continuity Wonder Woman. Main continuity Wonder Woman is being written by Tom King, and he's not doing a very good job at all. At all. You can very much so tell that he just doesn't understand Diana's character very much, or at all for that matter. Why would he give Diana a fucking daughter? What is the reasoning for that? And I feel like the only reason he gave Diana a daughter is because Bruce has Damian and Superman has John, so he just wanted another member of the Trinity to have a child, which I thought was stupid. And then Diana, she didn't even have the child because she actually wanted it. She had Trinity because Steve wanted a child. That's literally it. She basically had the child for Steve. Oh my gosh, and don't even get me started on that one panel where she's in the cave after Steve died, and she's just holding the American flag, and she's just in the cave for 30 days. Mind you, she wasn't even grieving this long when her mother died. So it's very clear that Tom King just doesn't understand Diana's character. And I also don't like how in Tom King's run of Wonder Woman, she very much so compares herself to Bruce and Clark, which I don't really like. A Wonder Woman story should be able to stand on its own without having to mention her other Trinity members. I also want to talk about the impact that she's had on the superhero world in general. Wonder Woman was the first ever female superhero to ever exist in comics. She quite literally paved the way for almost every single female superhero that you see today. And it really does suck that she doesn't get as much of a push at DC as they give Batman and Superman a push. How are you gonna leave out the other member of the iconic Trinity? How does that even work? And for some reason, she's often treated as kind of not necessarily a sidekick, but more so a secondary character to either Batman or Superman, or to even both of them at the same time. But what writers don't get is that Wonder Woman, she can hold her own in a story very well. You just need to write her properly. Next, I want to talk about Wonder Woman's villains. Now, Wonder Woman might not have as big as a rogues gallery as Batman, Superman, or Spider-Man, but her villains are still pretty iconic. Her arch nemesis being the Cheetah, and them having such a really unique type of relationship. And it's not even your typical villain, hero, arch nemesis story, because Wonder Woman always sees the good in Cheetah because they really were friends at one point. And Cheetah kind of envies Wonder Woman because, Cheetah, she was cursed by the gods while Diana was blessed by the gods. So there's a lot of tension and envy there. And that's definitely a dynamic that you don't really see a lot in comics. which is what really makes Diana and Cheetah's relationship so like unique. But as much as I love Cheetah, Cheetah's not Wonder Woman's only good villain. Wonder Woman has so many other villains that barely get utilized in her adaptations, like Giganta, Dr. Psycho, Silver Swan, Circe. So many good villains that just don't get utilized the way that they should, or at least as much as they should. But Wonder Woman definitely has villains that I feel like should definitely get a chance to step in the spotlight a little bit. And I also want to talk about Wonder Woman's supporting cast. So many cool characters that are actually a very crucial part of Wonder Woman's stories, and we don't even get to see a lot of them a lot of the times, especially in like animation or live action adaptations. And something that I definitely want to see at some point is the Sisterhood with all these characters, from Donna Troy to Nubia to Cassie Sandsmark to Yara Flor, even characters like Artemis. And a lot of her supporting cast, especially the Wonder Girls, do such a good job at embodying each part of Diana's character, whether it's mercy, love, or strength. And if there's anyone on the Wonder Woman family who I think really deserves some attention, it's definitely Nubia, who was basically Wonder Woman's twin sister that was formed from a darker shade of clay. And a lot of Wonder Woman's supporting cast actually inspires Diana to be better. It makes her want to be better. Better as a leader and better as a teacher. And I also want to discuss the common misconceptions that a lot of people tend to have when it comes to Wonder Woman. People often think she's like this bloodthirsty Amazonian warrior who just kills all her enemies, which is why people say, oh, Wonder Woman doesn't have any enemies because she kills all of them. Which is like not true at the hell off. Wonder Woman very much so uses violence as like a very last resort. Like, using violence is always going to be the last thing Diana does. Diana is honestly very much so a peacekeeper. However, don't let that fool you. She will get her hands dirty if she needs to. Like, she will get in the paint if she needs to. Diana actually has a saying, and the saying is, don't kill if you can wound, don't wound if you can subdue, don't subdue if you can pacify, and don't raise your hand at all until you first extended it. And many people tend to think that Wonder Woman is just like the opposite of that, especially due to the Injustice series. In Injustice, Wonder Woman's depicted as this bloodthirsty Amazonian who just will do anything for Superman because she's Superman's rebound girl, basically.
You were offered amnesty, Deathstroke. You should have taken it.
And missed my chance to battle Superman's rebound girl?
Damn! I'm sorry.
And not only that, she's basically the whole cause as to why Superman just went rogue to begin with. Because in Injustice, Wonder Woman's actually the one who pushes Superman to basically go full dictator. So really, in the Injustice universe, Wonder Woman's really the big bad, if you want to think about it. And the misconceptions regarding Wonder Woman's character is honestly one of the main reasons why we need such better representation for her character in like other adaptations. Because things like Injustice or even Tom King's Wonder Woman is like the sole reason why a lot of people don't really respect Wonder Woman as a character a lot of the times. And like, it's honestly very, very unfortunate. Overall, Wonder Woman's a very iconic character who honestly deserves all the respect in the world. But with the impact that she's had on like the superhero space, she really doesn't get talked about as much as like Superman, Batman, or even Spider-Man. But yeah, guys, this was my video on why Wonder Woman is actually so underrated. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. If y'all have anything y'all might want to add, feel free to let me know that as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It definitely helps me out a ton. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Deuces!